Well, hello you beautiful legends, and welcome back to another day out on the shore. I moved away a little bit from the main area that I normally would go to, just to try and find some of the smaller stuff before we try and inevitably find some of the bigger stuff. Now, please do excuse me, my hay fever is playing up to no end again today. I have a lot of burny itchiness in my face and eyes, so I do apologise for the sort of red face, watery eye look for the rest of the video. But yeah, we've got a gloriously sunny day and we have a phenomenal tide. So hopefully I can give you guys a good show of some of the small creatures before we find some of the bigger ones once the holes become exposed. I will go and see what I can find for you lovely legends. Catch you in just a second. Right, well I hope the glare from the sun isn't too bad, but we've got a couple of goodies down here. First of all, just down there and down there, and if we move this one out of the way we might get a bit of a better show. This one over here, they are all snake locks and anemones. They have a very wide variety of different colours, from these sort of dull grey sort of ones to these absolutely stunning ones that are like a fluorescent green with purple tips. They look absolutely amazing. I know I said it for the last probably year, I must get myself a UV torch and come out at night. Also, trying to hide away down here. Will you come out? Let's see if he will pop out for us if I put him down there. Are you going to show yourself or not? Are you hiding? There was a little hermit crab in that one. We've also got a teeny tiny, oh it's shot under there. There's a teeny tiny little goby. Just in this one little area, there's all sorts of different things. I think there's another hermit crab over there. Let's see if I can grab this one. Yeah, so inside of this one, there's a teeny tiny little hermit crab. Oh, let's pop you down there and see if you'll come out and give us a show. Mr. Crab, will you be ever so kind? There he goes, the other one's hiding away, and off he goes. One awesome little critter. Yeah, just in this one little area alone, if you spend enough time, you can find all sorts of different things. Yeah, let's go see if we can find some more goodies for you all. Right, I'll see how close I can get without spooking it. It will probably dart away rather quickly, but down there, folks, just down there, we have a giant goby. They're awesome, awesome creatures. Yeah, blurred the water a little bit as I moved, apologies for that. I'll see if I can get it in the net and give you a closer show, but I can almost guarantee as soon as I try, it's going to be gone as they move rather. Oh, yeah, he's going back under. Let's see if I can't head it off a little bit. Right down by my feet. No, I don't think that's going to work. No, it's gone hidden. We'll leave him be. I say they're, excuse my voice and my throat. They're pretty hard to find. But yeah, that's some cool stuff. And he was literally just hanging out down in there. There's another very familiar sight if you're heading down to the shore or the beach over summer that you'll find. Oh, sorry, get you in frame. This is a periwinkle. They're normally either bright orange or bright yellow. Yeah, looks like there's somebody home in this one. Normally you'll find them just as the empty shells. And here, underneath this, is, I don't know if I can get it out properly without dropping it through. We've got a bit of a painted top shell in there. I do like the bigger ones that are lovely and pink. Just on the rock facings as well, you can find all sorts of different life. From things like barnacles, these are acorn barnacles that are growing, to your limpets. These will be all over the shoreline as well. All sorts of goodies, yeah. To your different various types of seaweed. So this one here is serrated rack. You can tell that from the edges that look like a sort of serrated knife blade. You've also got your bladder racks, which have these little bladder balls of air, which help them float when they're in the water so they can get a bit more sunlight. All sorts of stuff. This stuff here, this green stuff, this is gutweed. You can actually eat this stuff. I've never tried it. You could fry it up and give it a go. We may try it at some point in the future and see what that's like. But there's all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff everywhere. The bane of my life as well, as you guys are aware of. This is a very small example of it, but this is wireweed. This is actually an invasive species of seaweed. I believe it was brought over on the hulls of ships, maybe sort of a couple hundred or a few hundred years ago. But yeah, this stuff is an invasive species, and when this grows really big, like it does out there where I sometimes go spearfishing and diving, this will actually grow to several feet, if not a few meters long, and it blocks out all the light underneath because it's so thick and matted. It basically grows up to the top and over, and all the light underneath, all the light can't penetrate through, and it kills off the species of seaweed underneath or stunts their growth. So yeah, it is not only an absolute pain to try and get through, it's an absolute pain for other species as well. But it's here and is established. We've also got up here, these guys in here and in here. You won't be able to see it, unfortunately, because you'll need them to be submerged if we do find any, but they are called beadlet anemones. Around the edge, they have these bright blue beads, but when they're closed up like that, unfortunately, you can't see them. But yeah, we'll try and find, what other species have we got that we normally find down here? So we normally have strawberry anemones, beadlet anemones. We've seen snakelock anemones. We'll try and find daisy anemones and dahlia anemones and see if we can find our 5 today. That'd be pretty cool to give you guys a show as well. And just as I was talking about, this is a prime example of what wireweed does. It is so thick and matted that not much can actually grow underneath it. It doesn't really let much light through. So you'll find a lot of the things, like your serrated rack and other bits like that, just won't grow underneath and they'll start to die off. And it is just absolutely everywhere, as it is quite an aggressive form of seaweed and grows rather rapidly. Yeah, bane of my life. And yeah, there's another thing down there. We got, oh, there's another snakelock anemone just down there. Yeah, not only for a safety aspect, but also for a from a creature perspective. As I can't see a lot of the times what I'm stepping on, you have to be extremely careful not to stand on any of the creatures. So it is very slow going when you've got a lot of the wireweed and things like that around. Anybody home down there today? Doesn't look like it. Anybody in there? Nope, not today. Right, the hunt continues for more goodies. I wonder, excuse me, what goodies we might be able to find if I do this. See if we can actually get anything in the net. Oh, wow, that's a lot of prawns. You can probably see them all jumping and squirming around in there. Far too small. Not after prawns yet, as you can see. There are some big ones around, and there are some medium-sized ones and some little diddly ones. But yeah, towards the end of summer, they should be nice, big, fat and juicy. And hopefully we can do a catch and cook on them then. But until then, back you go, guys. Look at them all. Look at them all. So many. Alright, they are off. Nothing left in the net. No, net's clear. All good. Happy days. Yeah, it's amazing just what you can find just by literally running a net along a little ledge. Alright, wow. As the tide goes out and we slowly get more things exposed, you can start finding little buttes like this. So this here, I must have my finger. I'll bring them out. Come out, you. This here is a velvet swimming crab, or lady crab as sometimes known. Come here, you. Donk. You can see just how aggressive they are. Alright, come on you, back into your home. This way. This way. Where have you gone? There you are. Yes, they are very, very, very aggressive. Gotcha. You're not getting away now. You are not getting away now. Oh, nearly had my finger. Come on you, all I want to do is give you a show. God, there's some power in this male, I'll tell you that. There we go. If I put him upside down, he can't get me there. And hopefully he should go catatonic. That's one thing about these crabs. If you hold them upside down, after a while they will literally just go extremely docile. And I should be able to now not hold him so much. Just place him in my hand, just like that. There we go. They literally just go catatonic when we hold them upside down. But yep, this one's a male. You can tell by this V shape in the middle, it's not like a broad D, it's a sort of a pyramid V. This is a nice big male. Yeah, you can see how they get the name sort of devil crab by those red eyes, but I do love the sort of blue colorations on their claws, sort of that electric blue. And they have these awesome legs at the back here, which are sort of adapted for swimming, and hence they get the name velvet swimming crab from that, and their shell on the other side to the touch is very velvety. So yeah, we'll get you put back down. There you go, mister. You'll be absolutely fine, then off you go in a second. Let's push you back in under there. There you go, you're all safe there. Tucked away, safe as sound. Bye-bye. Well there folks, now that some of the bigger holes are exposed, might be able to find some of the bigger creatures. How am I going to get you out, Missy? Underneath and up. I get a claw and gently coerce you out. There we go, got behind you. Oh, no I didn't. Now I have. Unless this one's about, no it's female. Come on you. Let go of the side. Sometimes just giving them a sec to sort of let go is the best thing to do. What I've done at the moment is I've just got my hook behind her on the top of her shell, and you can see the keel worms on the front, so I know she's solid. Ooh, there we go. No, she goes back in. Ah, lost her. No, lost the crab. Oh no. Should have put my hand in and got it. Trying to film and do this at the same time. Right, I'm gonna put the camera down, see if I can get her out, and then I'll give you guys a show in just a second. We got her out. There we are. One nice, solid, but unfortunately, might help if I actually have the camera in frame. So let's try that again, shall we? One nice, solid, but unfortunately female, as you can tell from this broad D in the middle, female brown edible crab. Alright, you can let go now, Missy, because I will return you. But yeah, you can tell she's got a really solid shell. When keel worms are growing on them like that, she will definitely be of legal size. Yeah, so she's probably somewhere in the region of 155, I'd imagine. If she'll ever let go of my hook, I don't know. We'll give her some time to decide what she's going to do with my foraging hook in a minute. But yeah, perfect example of what to look for. Dug out sand, nice little hole, and yeah, nice size crab within. So, back she goes. You stay safe there, Missy. Let's get you pushed back in there. In you go. And away she is. Happy days. That was a nice little find. Right there folks, a couple of things to show you. Had a little bit of a battle with this lady. God, she's got some power in her. Let go you. Little monkey. Rah. There we go. And now she's covered herself up, yeah. Female brown edible crab. Too small, and as I said, I don't keep them anyway. But yeah, she was jammed in there with this. Now there is no Larry in there, so there may have been a lobster at some point. It's either lost a claw, or this is washed up, or yeah, it's shed, moved on, and she's moved on in. So we'll let her go back about her business. In you go, Missy. There you go. You can have your lobster claw to chew on. We'll leave her to it. But yeah, not keepers as of yet. Loads of places still left to check though. Alright folks, we've got a big solid crab back here. But is it going to be male or is it going to be female? The size of this chunk. Come here you. What a chunk. I think it's female though. And it is a huge female brown edible crab. Let's put the torch down over there. She is not happy in the slightest. Come here, madam. You can see how powerful she is. Literally just lifting that rock up with her legs. What an absolute and utter beast. What a chunky monkey. Wowzers. That has got to be the biggest. Make sure you guys are in frame for this. Oh, she's got some sharp little feet. Right, don't want to get nipped by them claws. Come here, madam. I'm trying to turn you over to give you guys a show. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. What an absolute warrior of a female. Now she's definitely, gosh, she's got some power. She's definitely big enough to keep. But I don't keep the females. That's a shame. That wasn't a nice big male. Otherwise we would have taken him. She's probably in the region of about 170 male. See if I can flip her over and give her a measure at all. So with the big crabs, it's easy to hold them at the back, just like that, under there. They'll use their legs to wedge it against your fingers, and that just helps for you to hold them. So this is 160 mil, used to measure brown edible crabs. Oh God, she's probably more like 180. She's way over. What an absolute brute of a crab. Just a shame she isn't male. And the reason I don't keep the females is because I just don't like the head meat. Unfortunately, the males of this size, if this was a male one, he would have much bigger claws, and all the meat that I like is in the claws and in the legs and in the sockets that are in here. Whereas the females, although they do have that in the head, they have a lot more brown meat, and I just find it a complete waste. So yep, she's going to be going back. We're going to put back in her home in a sec. I will just take some pictures. One absolute warrior of a crab. Right there folks, I've got some pictures. So we're going to get this little bruiser or a brown edible crab put back in her home. Hopefully she'll go in there nicely, safe and sound. There you go, Missy. What a huge crab. That was an absolute monster. I am well happy with that. Oh, this is the tiniest lobster I think I've ever found. Oh, a couple of firsts on the channel today. One, the smallest lobster I've ever seen, and two, the biggest, just checking its claws, the biggest female brown edible crab I've ever found. Sometimes when they're this young, they actually have like 2 cutting claws, but this one seems to have 1 crusher and 1 cutter. But yeah, what gave it away to me was this crab shell down here. So I've had a little bit of a poke and a prod around, and out popped this little miniature langoustine. It's so small, absolutely tiny. Have a look. It is Diddy. It is a little male. It's so tiny. It's like, that's my finger size, only just bigger than my finger. What an absolute beast of a miniature warrior. Alright, we won't stress this little fella out. What I'm going to do is I'll put him in that one, and then he can go in there and hide away. He should be absolutely fine. Go on, mister, in you go, into the back. There we go. Yeah, I didn't want to try and push him back in there and end up breaking him up. He literally just ejected himself as I was prodding around. But it's why you need to be very careful. But we've also got a few other little random goodies around, if I can find them. Where have they gone? No, we did have some squat lobsters over here, but they've now vanished. And the other thing we've got are these things, these little sea beans or sea squirts. We've also got in this crab shell, we also have a little sand eel. Tiny little one. You popped into the water there, buddy. As you can see, it's perfectly alive. Off it goes. I'll just bury itself down in the sand in a minute. Just down there. Plop. He's all good. Yeah, loads of creatures today. Well impressed. We have, if my torch would be on, in the back of here, a lobster. Don't know how big it is, it's difficult to tell. Luckily for me, this hole should be fairly straightforward and simple. I'm just going to dig away a little bit of this opening. Makeshift tool. That will help in a second, hopefully, with getting this Larry out. Let's flatten this off a little bit. Gives us a little bit more of an opening to get this lobster out. I don't think it's going to be a keeper, but we shall see. Come here, you. You can see him right down the back there. Trying to get underneath it and carefully manoeuvre it around. Without hurting it. Where have you gone? Right there. Oh, nearly had him. Ah, so close. Easy and gently, we don't want to hurt this lobster. Right, sorry for my fat head being in the way. There we go, one Larry out. Got there in the end. Yeah, I think he's going to be just about under, probably about 185. Yeah, well, still a nice lobster. What have we got? We've got a male. So underneath here, no eggs. If I spread out the tail fan, I'll show you on the other side in a minute. No V-notches. But these little Swimmer Ep2 are hard, and you've got two little white dots. That there will denote it as being a male. And if we spin him around, you shouldn't be able to get me from there. No V-notches on the tail fan, so we'll give him a measure. Let's see. See where we are at with this Larry. Yeah, so my lobster gauge between there is a preset gauge to 90mm or 9 centimeters. We measure it from the back of the eye socket, just behind the eye, to the back of the carapace here, this little white line. So as you can see, if we go just in behind, this guy is about 5 or 6 mil short. So yeah, it's a shame. Nice lobster nonetheless, but he's just over 80 mil. So he will go back for another day. Very lucky Larry. Very lucky Larry indeed. Right, let's get you back in your home there, buddy. Chomp and push. And then you can let go whenever you want. You can let go now. Sometimes literally just dropping the foraging hook and giving them a second, and they'll ease off on their own. But yeah, I'll wait for him to drop my hook. I've got a couple more holes to check out and then we are done for today. Oh guys, I am absolutely stoked. I've just had to move away from where I picked this little beaut up. She is an absolute stunner. Absolute stunner. Yeah, nice and solid. Happy days. No V-notches on the tail. As you can see, she's well over. I will get my gauge anyway for you all, as ever, just to show you. My biggest lobster today was 101 mil. I don't think this quite matches it. So yeah, back of the eye socket, back here to the back of the carapace. So this one's probably 97, 98 mil. So the second biggest lobster I have ever caught. I will try and get her over. I'll give you an undershot side from here, it's probably better. As you can see, this one you can tell quite clearly by the big tail fan and the broadness of the shell. Yeah, she is a female. And she has no eggs. No eggs at all. Oh, I am so happy with that. What an absolute monster. Warrior lobster, we got one. Happy days. So, give you guys a little show. She's an absolute beast. Absolute beast. Just look at that. Yeah, don't worry, Missy, you're not going anywhere other than home with me. Definitely going home with me. Trying to escape. Well, that ain't happening, unfortunately for you, Missy. Your destination is the cook pot. Yeah. Just look at that. What a monster. What a monster. She wants them toes. Right, let's get her in the bag. Tide is coming in now, so we're going to have to head on back. Get a couple pictures as well. She's an absolute beast. There we go, folks. One lobster in the bag. I'll put a bit of seaweed in there because it's pretty hot today, just to help keep her cool. I'm going to get my bucket as well as ever. I'll put a load of water in there and take her home in that, so she's all nice and fresh and happy and ready for the cook pot. Hello you beautiful legends, and welcome back to the kitchen. So, as earlier we found this little beaut just down there. So lobster has been dispatched. I've put it in the freezer for about an hour, and what that does, it just completely shuts it down, sends it into a bit of a coma, kills it, so it's all painful and good to cook. What I've got on here is some boiling water, heavily salted with a bit of salt. And all we're going to do is quite simply do an oven baked lobster with some garlic butter. Nice and simple and straightforward. So I'm going to boil the lobster first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in to boil, wait for the water temperature, because it will drop, to rise back up to a boil. I'm going to take it out, put it into an ice bath, and then I'm going to butterfly down the tail and then pop it in the oven after I smother that in garlic butter for about another 10 minutes just to finish it off. And we should have a nice, delicious, simply done, tasty lobster. Get to you guys in just a second. Lobster is part boiled. I'll take you through what I've also done as well, just to show you this is another way. I thought I'd talk about it when I had the opportunity to dispatch a lobster. So if I was out on the shore or something like that and doing a bit of a cook up, this is how I would dispatch my Larry. There's a little bit of a cross across the top there. So you take your knife straight down through and then down towards the head, and that's another way to dispatch your lobster as well. So what I'm going to do now, cut open the tail, pull it out. I'm going to get some garlic butter on the go with a little bit of coriander there. Yeah, and then I'm just going to spread that over the tail meat, and then we'll finish this lobster off in the oven. As I said, it'll take about 10 minutes, and we've set it to 200 degrees as well, just so you guys are aware on that one. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. All I've done is just kept the tail on, split it down, opened it up, smothered it with our sort of herby garlic butter. And yeah, we'll get this Larry popped in the oven right now. Well, there we go, guys. The final product. Oh yeah, I've got some nice garlicky herby butter to dip our claw meat and stuff like that in. And yeah, I would normally film going through all this and eating it and sharing that sort of experience with you guys, but unfortunately I'm having major issues with my camera at the moment. It's so hot, I can only film for a short amount of time inside because it's constantly overheating. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to do some more outdoor cook-ups and I'll be able to film more of the process, but yeah. For the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this little adventure of mine. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've had an amazing string of luck recently, being able to be getting a few lobsters. So yeah, it's been fantastic. Especially with the little one being able to share, oh, fly, go away. Being able to share her first lobster experience in a few videos ago. But yeah, if you have enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment down below if you feel free to do so. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now. Oh, yeah. Take a look at that. Absolutely delicious. Let's see if we can get it off the feather. Oh, oh yes.